Good afternoon, everyone. I expect you already know that we spent.
Well, number one, I've never felt better about where we're at. It's pretty well clear to me where the country's going under Obamacare and Bernie care. It's going into further bankruptcy, it's more decisions further away from where you live. And in 1996, we block granted money for welfare reform, and it worked like a charm. We put governors in charge of the program, we held them accountable. So here's the choice for America: socialism or federalism when it comes to your health care.
Graham to handle.
Senator Graham, can you handle a sentence?
If you don't like Obamacare, who do you complain to? You can complain to me, but I sure as hell don't run it. If I can get South Carolina in charge of this money that would have been spent in Washington by a bureaucrat who's unelected, I promise every South Carolinian the following: if you don't like your health care, somebody will listen to you.
You said you've never been in a better state.
Right. You can go to your governor who will listen to you because they care about your vote, if nothing else. I'm trying to take the money and power in Washington and send it back closer to the patient. If you believe government closer to the people is the best government, why not health care? And finally, we know how this movie ends if we don't change. We're going to have a single-payer health care system in this country that's going to bust the budget, and we're going to start rationing care like you've never seen.
Have to deal with this before September the 30th.
What we attempt to do is to take all the dollars that are here in Washington, D.C., doled out if the state jumps through a hoop, and we return it down to the states for the states to do that which is best for that state.
And so that's the answer. You know,
Well, at the end of the day, we need 50 votes, and if you're a Republican, chances are you believe in federalism, because if you don't, you're probably not a Republican. So the last effort to repeal and replace Obamacare was better than Obamacare, but it did not embrace the concept that Bill is talking about. So I believe that most Republicans like the idea of state-controlled health care versus Washington, D.C. controlled health care.
You're going to get anywhere between 46, 47 Republican yes.
Here's the test for Republicans. Did we work as hard to repeal Obamacare as they did to pass it? Mitch McConnell and the leadership has done everything we've asked and then some. I spoke to Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House, and says, I like it, you send it to the House, it's going to pass. Every Republican out there believes that this is a fundamental reason we're in charge, that Democrats have lost a lot of seats backing a bad idea, and we've been the biggest political beneficiary of Obamacare, and we want to try to make patients the beneficiary of our idea.
expires at the end of the month.
So at the end of the day, will we try again? I would argue that yes, we should, because I do not want to go back to South Carolina and say that I did everything I could to repeal Obamacare and not believe it in my heart. So Senator McConnell is doing everything he can. Paul Ryan told me to my face, if you pass it, we pass it.
It is better than the status quo by far, and I think that's an argument we're all comfortable with making.